Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for May 7th. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair we are expecting to move as high as 150, possibly as low as 97.51. Look for some resistance to come in around 99.54 and look for some support around 98.27. This pair did close up for the session after moving much higher. For those of you that like to look for swing trade opportunities, this particular pair has formed one. You definitely look for that. Go back, scan back a little bit and look for previous resistance for this particular trade to hit. Now, looking at the Euro USD pair, this particular pair moved higher today, did not make a new low. It did make a new high, but it did pull back and close a significant amount. This particular pair is moving sideways, biased to sideways. Currently, we're looking for it to move up to 135.87, potentially as low as 131.41. Look for some resistance around 134.36 and look for some support around 132.69. Now, switching to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair pulled back today in today's session, starting to move sideways, and the bias is sideways currently. Look for this pair to potentially move as high as 153.28 and possibly as low as 147.92. Look for some resistance around 151.30 and look for some support around 149.44 in this particular pair. Now, switching to the US Swiss, this particular pair ran way up before pulling back and closing lower. It didn't close on its lows, but it did pull back a significant amount prior to closing. We are expecting it to continue moving sideways, and the bias is definitely sideways. We'd have to get a break of this low to really look for this thing to move much lower. We are expecting it to move potentially as high as 115.18, possibly as low as 111.62. Look for some resistance around 113.60 and look for some support around 112.66 in this particular pair. That about does it for these charts. We do have, we did have the pound release the rate decision. It was as expected at 0.50%. The Euro also released their rate decision today, and it came out as expected at 1%. Now, the U.S. has their change in non-farm payroll for April being released tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This is one of the second biggest news announcements that the U.S. has, only second to FOMC announcements that have the potential to move the market. So if you like to trade the news, this is a good time to do it. If you have a good counter trend strategy, most likely the Euro USD will be moving sideways until 8:30 tomorrow morning for the most part. So we could definitely see, could definitely get a counter trend strategy and make a lot of money on the hour time frame between now and then. Consensus is on this news announcement that non-farm payroll has actually gotten better from negative 663K to negative 600K. Well, that about does it for today. As far as looking at trades going into tomorrow, several of the pairs created swing trades, but nothing significant enough as far as targets to actually look for a trade. So until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.